Happy birthday, babies. Part 1 is the 9th episode of the 5th season of Full House. This is directed by Jeff Franklin, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I talk about the episode and share some thoughts. But there's not a tremendous amount to say. There are, and I timed it, 17 minutes of clips from previous episodes and 5 minutes of new footage. And it starts off with Michelle singing happy birthday to herself. They're downstairs getting ready for the party. They look at her baby book, and the episode is basically in several packages of clips, of flashbacks. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, in general, I think it's a cop-out. I think it's unnecessary. They could have condensed the next episode rather, and this one, and put it into one. There was absolutely no need for them to create a clip show out of this. I know what happens in the next episode. They could have been combined into one episode without losing anything. So I just feel like it's really cheap and not necessary. On the other hand, being a big Mary-Kate and Ashley fan, I kind of enjoyed watching her grow up. So on the one hand, I don't like that it's a clip show. On the other, I liked watching Michelle grow up. So I'm contradicting myself there. But in general, if I were to take a stance, I'd say I don't like the fact that it's 17 minutes of clips from previous episodes. And I know that this release today is a very different time. Back when this was on broadcast, people didn't as readily have access to binge watching this. I'm not sure if the show was ever released on VHS at the time, but certainly it wasn't quite as readily available for binge watching as it is now. So sure, maybe people hadn't seen those clips quite so soon before this, but at the same time, I always think clip shows are just a cop-out. They really, really are, and 17 minutes of clips, absolutely pointless. However, we do have a small moment with Michelle where she gets a little bit upset because she realises she's no longer going to be the baby of the family because the twins are due, and she gets upset about this, and Danny tells her she'll always be his little princess, and DJ will always be his tennis ball head, which I did like. So the material in this that's new, very good, very well done. The clip selection is fine, but 17 minutes of clips is completely uncalled for. We really didn't need this episode. So I don't really care for it very much. I wouldn't choose to watch it, put it that way. If I'm binge watching this season, I'll skip right past it. And I feel like it just serves no purpose. The bit with Michelle, yeah, the 5 minutes that we get are pretty good, but they could have done so much more with it instead of making it a clip show. So there's not much else to say. Happy birthday, babies. Part 1 isn't a good episode of Full House. Yes, I liked watching Mary-Kate and Ashley grow up. And yes, in 1991, people wouldn't have binge-watched the earlier seasons. Unlikely unless the VHS was out. So maybe it's a different time, and that needs to be taken into consideration. But nevertheless, I don't like clip shows. I don't like compilations. I think they could have written a new story. They could have done something fresh and different, unless there's a genuine reason why they couldn't. I don't have any information on that. I know sometimes, for example, if there are strikes going on, they might put, not this show specifically, but shows in general might put out a clip show or something just to plug that gap, which I get. But this one, I don't really care for it. I love Michelle. I love watching Mary-Kate and Ashley grow up. But as an episode, I didn't enjoy it.